So today I'm going to show you a trick in Excel that most people don't know exists, but it's one that is actually really versatile and can help make a lot of really tedious tasks very quick if you know how to use it. So let's just say you had a list of names that maybe came out of another software somebody's entered in, and there's a blank row in between every single name. Doesn't matter how many blank rows there are, but there are blank rows in between the names, and you want just a concise list of all of the names without the blanks. Well, there's a few different ways you could go about removing this, but one is just to select all of those names. So I'm going to go ahead and select all the names in the list, including those blanks, and now I'm going to go to that tool. So go to the Home tab and find and select and go to Special. And this is the tool that most people are not aware of or don't know how to use yet. And so once you click that, you'll see this pop-up window that has so many different options, and we'll look at a couple of those today. So right now what I want to do is select the blanks option and click OK. And what it's going to do is select all of the blank cells in that overall selection that I had. So now to delete those, I can just use my keyboard shortcut, Alt-EDR, and then hit enter, and it's going to delete all those. Now I'm left with just that concise list. Another example of how to use this would be this. Let's say you have a list of account numbers. Maybe I've got about 200 account numbers here. Maybe you have 10,000. However many you have, these account numbers end in various digits. And let's just say that all account numbers that end in 6 have some significance to them. Maybe that represents a certain region or a certain type of account or member. And so I want to be able to get a concise list of just the account numbers that end in 6. Well, again, one way of doing this would be to add these two quick helper columns. If you're not familiar with the formulas I use to get this, that's fine. This one is really easy. It's just equals right. You're going to select the account, comma, and then do 1, which is basically just going to say, hey, take this text string and return the rightmost 1 character. And so doing that gives me the 6 there. You can copy that all the way down. Then there's a formula over here that just says, hey, if that cell next to it equals 6, then return the text keep. If not, 0. In the end, if you're not sure what these formulas are, that's really irrelevant. I'm just using this to demonstrate how we're going to use the go to special. So in this case, what we're going to do is select all of these cells that have the either keep text or the 0 text, and we'll go to the go to special. And now we can say, hey, for all cells containing formulas, I want you to select only those that return fill in the blank. So maybe I only want to return the ones that have text in them. And so what that's going to do is it would select all of the keeps, which actually I want the exact opposite. So I'm going to tell it to select all of the numbers, leave the text out, and now you can see it selected all those zeros. I can do that same shortcut, Alt-EDR, and delete all of those, and now I'm left with just the accounts that end in the number 6. So these are some unique use cases, but once you start getting familiar with this tool, you'll see ways to use it all over the place, especially if you're trying to clean up data. So to tell you a few more things that it can do or give you some examples, again, you can select either have it select only constants, which would be hard-coded values opposed to formulas, or only formulas, and for either of those, you can tell it, hey, I want to select just numbers or just text, or any combination. You can select multiple here, only logicals, only errors. So let's just say I've got formulas and I want to select any cell that has an error in it so I can highlight a certain color and then go look at it. Well, that would allow you to do that in just one click. Blanks we already used earlier. You could select any cells that have notes in them. And if you want, you can play around with some of these other settings. But these are the big ones that I wanted to let you know about today, and just be thinking about how you can use this as you're cleaning up data as an easy way to select only those cells that contain formulas or only contain formulas that return text or numbers and so on. And when you pair those with formulas, that can be really powerful because you can write a formula, an if formula, if you're familiar with those, to really return anything you want to give it that text or number. And then once you have a number or text returned based on whatever your conditional if criteria is, now you can use the go to special tool to select those. So even if I wanted to select all the account numbers with the 4th digit that was a 2, I could use the same exact approach and do that. Or in the name scenario, if I had a list of 10,000 names and I wanted all of the Johnsons, I could write a formula that says, hey, if the last name's Johnson, then return a keep, otherwise return a 0, and eliminate it that way. So it can be a quick way of cleaning up data. And in the comments below, go ahead and tell me if you've used this before, and if you have, how did you use it? Which way have you found to apply it that was helpful? Thanks so much.